Okay, we should be back up now. Gonna double check. Get it up on the back end. Get a link back out. Yeah, streamed 4 minutes ago. Okay, we're up again. Part 2. Okay, yeah. So we're up on the back end here. Let me get a link out to Lag real quick. You can come back if he wants to. It's not showing up, but we're live. There it is. Okay, get the link out. I'm explaining it to him right now, give him the link. So we'll just get back online. So we can get back to the non-action. All right, let's continue. Let's continue where we were. It's really better for me to stream like during the day or in the afternoon because anytime from like welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. Well, I don't want to tell all my details in case it's too much information to be putting on the internet. You know what I mean? But basically, if I s- if I stream too late into the morning, I can sometimes at random they will just decide that I'm no longer allowed to be online for a few minutes. Uh, why am I dying? Oh, radiation.
Health low.
Oh man, see this is why I put all my stuff away. Cause look, I'm 44,000.
Your health is critical.
I died forever away from my home.
Your health is low.
Wild. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, see,
Energy low.
that's why I should basically not stream overnight. I should really just be streaming sort of like either during the day or in the afternoon or evening and then just cut it off by like 3 is what I ought to do. Okay. Okay, well, the signal source, yeah, we can still go check out the signal source. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, 70 people. All right, let's see what this thing is. Let's see what this signal source is. Looks like it's a little. It's got a gun on it. It's like a little drone with guns. I'm surprised it's not attacking me. It's flying away. So I should have my dampers off. Just get up close to it. I feel like if I start grinding on it, it's gonna attack me. Top mounted camera, button panel. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to press the button on it. Try your luck to get a special new item. Well, now it's all powered off. Keep hitting that instead of the other. Okay. Okay, that's thrusters. Damn it. Oh man. So this is why you keep things attached to a grid usually, because it's a real pain in the butt once they start flying loose. Oh, there's the cargo. A little bit of silicone and an upgraded grinder. That's not bad. See, so the smart thing to do actually a small battery. So I don't really care about this thing. It's just a bunch of scrap parts. The smart thing to do would be to build a small ship with a landing gear on it, and then fly out and grapple this thing in space and fly it home. Grind it up. Yeah, who cares? Let's just go home. Stand 1. That's trash. Let me turn on my GPS mask. Just delete that. That was where I had left my other ship. Delete it. Oh my god. No, that wasn't my home. But my home is not marked. The respawn pod is not marked. Okay. We're kind of screwed. I flew away from home and I don't know where it is. It's not the origin. It's probably that rock. It's probably that rock. I hope it's that rock, or else we're absolutely fucked. Yeah, same lag. It's usually somewhere in the hours. What it'll do is sometimes it will it'll like break connection and change. Well, I don't want to tell all my information online in case somebody could use it against me. It's bad enough that people do swattings and stuff like that. Hopefully that's our home. If that's not our home, we're screwed. We just flew out there for nothing. I didn't realize that the respawn pod had lost its GPS marker. That looks like our home. And it is the closest asteroid.
Your health is low.
Yeah, my health is low. I know, I feel the same way. There's a lot of rocks.
Your health is critical.
Well, look at it this way. If we die, we'll have a location on this dead body. And we're gonna die. I died.
Health low.
Yeah, look, body location 10 kilometers. Okay, so let's be sure that my GPS mask is still up. We're going to go to GPS and we'll do new from current position. Now we've got withstand number 1. Fill our health and energy. Yep. Ripping pepperoni. Okay. We were going to the wrong rock. Our rock looks like that, like a donut with 2 ears on it. This is where I'd be playing Final Fantasy, in the corner of the screen. Because we're not doing nothing for like a few minutes. We could be fighting some goblins with a team of 4 monks. What did I just bump into? That second body location is trash. Oh. We'll delete these body locations, so in a second. When this game first started out, it was a very small map of like maybe 10 or 12 sort of handcrafted asteroids. And then the rest of the map was more or less infinite and just completely empty. And there was no grid coordinate system for you to find your way around. So basically all you had to go on was the skybox image. And I would it was a different skybox than this. And I would memorize certain configurations in the skybox, and then I would fly in that direction from a particular... Oh man, I'm going to die again. I got to get in here and reduce my radiation exposure. Or is it my O2?
Low.
It's my damned O2.
Your health is critical.
Man.
Health low.
What was the point of going out there? It was just my... It was just that grinder that I got, right?
Energy
That level 1
low.
advanced grinder. Well, we can build that thing. This is just all the junk I grinded off of that little robot that we encountered. Let's just get back to work on what we were really doing. Okay. Because we were actually getting close to having something. Right? It was we had a refinery. Did we lose our refinery? Didn't we have a refinery being built? I mean, I know we did, and it had almost all of its stuff on it. And it was down here on this end of the rocks. Okay, well... this sucks, man. Was it out here? It's like when like this is an online server, so why would it delete my stuff? Why would it roll back and delete my stuff? I think we're done with this game. Cause all those resources that I put into that thing are gone. There's like 1,000 steel that I put into that refiner. Oh, because it was an unpowered grid. Oh, that's my fault. It's completely my fault. Because I built an unpowered grid and then I logged off. So what I should have done was I should have built it as an extension of the powered grid that I've got here. Well, RIP. We're still in better shape than we were. We just blew a lot of resources to learn a hard lesson. Is what it is, man. Oh, that's a... That's one of those thrusters that I can't build. But I mean, honestly, it's also kind of like, who cares?
Inventory full. Inventory full.
We're gonna get more of these ships. This server's gonna wipe probably tomorrow anyway. Let's see what's going on here. Broadcast controller, and that's what connects those two. Okay. So find out something real quick. See, this might screw us. Oh no, okay, so that does work. Right? One of the ways that I would do in the past is I would connect two things like that. And then we can find out, like, oh, that conveyor tube, okay.
Inventory full.
But see, I actually would use a conveyor tube between them like that. Not a reinforced one, but I'd use a conveyor tube and I would use a system like this. I'd do this with 2 merge blocks and merge large containers together in groups. So that's something we can still do. And I would actually build, this configuration saving me a lot of effort because this is the exact configuration that I would build. And just pull all these damn thrusters off. I'll just pull all this crap off.
Inventory full.
Unknown signal again. So this is bad now, but once I start building some
Energy
ships,
low.
once I get this stuff torn to pieces and start building some ships, it'll actually get a lot better. As long as I don't accidentally cut this ship loose of the main grid and then get it deleted again.
Inventory full.
Because that would be the way to screw yourself is cut the storage that I've been filling up loose and then have it be an unpowered grid that gets deleted when I log off.
Energy critical.
This radiation exposure is hard too.
No energy.
No energy, and I'm dying. My health is dropping. And I need to get into my shit. So now it's like you're supposed to be inside your ship for most of your time. And just operating ships like remotely and stuff, which makes more sense. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, they added all their DLCs over the course of like 10 years, and it's like if you were buying them as you went, the game was never more than $20, and then if you were buying them as you went every year, then you were paying $5 a year, and it's all cosmetic. They actually were very careful to always add the functional blocks from each update, like the algae farm, right? But then they'll have another one that's like a decorative version, and that's all it really is. It's just decorative versions of the same blocks. They're not paywalling anything functional.
Inventory
There's
full.
plenty of other stuff wrong with how they do things, with how their software company does things. They create games and then abandon them, but should probably take all this armor first. Yeah, you sure could. Yeah. Believe me, I've thought about it. We don't want to give out information for free, you know. Hang on, let me put something else on my mouse real quick. This button. needs to be the view mode switch button. So I can switch that with my mouse. We don't want to be giving out information for free on our streams about all our business
Inventory
ideas.
full.
You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. Oof. Just slammed myself into that. Okay, I've got kind of enough to work with now, I think. Let's start trying to build something cool, right? Make this a little bit more lively. Okay. We'll keep our large grid. It's powered. What we'll do is we'll do we want a connector, and then we want a small connector, I think. Maybe not. And then we want yeah, we'll start with that. And then what? Then we want a large cargo container. Alright, so we'll do 9 as a connector, and we'll just plant that sucker. You need steel plate. Of course you do. Okay, and then is it R switches? Yeah, it's in that. Oh, oxygen. Damn it.
Health low.
That goes away too because you get a yeah, there are a lot of good looking indie games. They're getting easier and easier to make. You know, if you don't really care about online PvP or cheating, I mean, you can, you know, vibe code a game now. So, like I said, I don't want to give away all our ideas, but the barrier to entry is a lot lower now than it was. Let's see. And then we want, I think you can do a small ship connector. Oh, you can't. Okay. But you can use that as the starting point. How can you build a small grid? That's right, off of a landing gear, right? So you start a landing gear and you do the small grid version. Do landing gear, small version, rotate it. No, almost hit backspace. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Do you have to do it off of the ground? I guess you just build it in space. Okay, and then interior plates. Interior plates. Okay. Where did I put the damn... There it is. Okay. That's right. So we'll just pick one small one. Just put it like that. Okay. Oh, and then there was another... There's another way to do this. Hang on. Components added to build planner, right? And then you go over here and you go all components are separately put to production. That's not really what I want. I wanted not production. I want inventory. Add components from build planner, shift. I guess you just click on that, but I thought you could click it. Oh, that's the production key again. How do you do it to inventory? Wait a second. Yeah, a lot of people, yeah, that's true. A lot of people are just buying assets from the store. Should I do that streamer voice where I go, Lagmeister says, Space Engineers 1, how to add items from inventory for build planner. Middle mouse blocks in the G menu, right click incomplete blocks with the welder once added, access a cargo container and press the build planner button or use middle click on cargo. So is it just middle click? All components were successfully withdrawn. That does so much better. See that? Now we're learning to work. Okay. So if we right click, that's added to the build planner, and then if we middle click, we withdraw. Now we're moving faster. And we do it in third person so we don't have to listen to our stupid welder. Okay, so we've got a landing gear and a large cargo block. Okay, and then I think I did this properly, kind of. That's fine, that's good enough. So we want those three, and then on the back side of this we want a cockpit. Didn't work. And then we want to match that little yellow square with that yellow square so that everything is connected, right? That, and then we want to do the build planner, and then it said something about 2 displays and 30 bulletproof glass. Okay, and that's gonna be on this ship because I've got don't have the bulletproof glass, but I do have 2 displays. Yeah, I do have the bulletproof glass. Yeah, no, I mean, there's a reason people do that. It drives engagement with your audience, right? Because people, generally, not everyone, but people is like, I want my name. I want to hear my name, you know. And also on the replay, if you watch the replay, uh, then it also, if they're not reading the chat as it comes through, or if they're just listening, because a lot of people will pick long replays and listen to it kind of like a podcast, because they don't necessarily need to watch the video of the gameplay. They want to hear the narration of the gameplay and the interaction with the chat as a discussion on a topic of a game they like. So it makes perfect sense. See, so now we can get in this cockpit here. It doesn't do anything for us now, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna. I'm starting to get the feel of the game again. Okay, we're gonna put a connector, probably on the side right there, and then we'll get the components from it. Let's go ahead and move all our components off of this ship. Right. That's going to be tedious, but we're going to have to do it. That'll consolidate everything into one place. Everything's done tediously right now. But it's going to speed up. So we don't really need the detector components. We just need like kind of like the broad strokes. The specialized components like thruster components and detector components we don't really need yet. When we do, we'll grab them. Don't need my pistol, my food, my motors, my small tubes. That's really it. And bulletproof glass. We heard another beep-dee-dee-dee-dee. That means another signal source popped up in our radar. And it's a cargo ship. It's a distress signal. We can fill up on oxygen and go out and see it. What do we got on our backpack? Nothing. Let's fill up on oxygen and go check out the distress signal, because it might be worth checking out. Mining survey drone. Yeah, and
Energy
Unreal Life. Yeah, that
low.
is one of the oh, my suit energy is screwed. Oh well. Yeah, that's one of the 7 habits of highly effective people. The last time I worked at a real job, it was a warehouse job, and like I was operating a forklift, and it was a pretty big company. There's a bunch of guys working there, and I became a very well liked person on that job because all I did was memorize everybody's names and use them. You know, I didn't have to talk about anything particular. Just be nice to people and use their name. And there was one time I did it as a party trick. I hate having to hear that guy's stomach. It's terrible. You hear that when his stomach grumbles? I did it as a party trick. We had a house party at our house. This was when I lived in Portland. And we had put out flyers. So there was like 100 people showed up. And as people started to filter into the party, I would greet them at the door and get their name, and then I would turn and go and introduce them to everybody that was in the house. Okay, here we go. Hostile, that's me. Let's see if it shoots at me. It might be really small. Yeah, it was fun too. And it was really awesome when I got like I said, as a party trick, it was really awesome when it got up to like 25 people, and I would go around the room and remember each set of people. It's Jimmy and Tina, and like by the time I was getting to like 19 or 20 of them, they were all cheering. It was a really fun night, and it made like the party fun. And then after a while, I just stopped doing it.
Energy critical.
But it was like it made a big like thing for everybody to kind of bond around. And then the music got turned up high, and then you know, everybody mingled and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so this is a small grid mining survey drone. So again, like, it's not really worth our time. This is just a bunch of junk bolted together, and it's probably got something cool on it, like we're about to die. If I start grinding it, we're gonna for sure run out of energy, and my radiation's getting real high, and I don't have anything to care about, so I'm just gonna respawn. But I was hoping it was a big mining ship, because then we'd go grab it.
Health low. Energy
Bella.
low.
Let's not bark tonight. Let's not bark. Oh, did you see what I wrote about my cat? Yeah, and that's what happened, was it gave everybody like this sense of belonging to the party, kind of. Oh, that was my energy. Yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun. If I ever have a big party like that again, which I probably won't because I hate people, then I'll probably try to do that again. You didn't see what I wrote about my cat? He's getting his balls cut off tomorrow, poor guy. He's like, I've been trying to get him for like a month. He'll come around in the morning to get food, right? But he generally won't be around late at night. He's out tomcatting. He's killing stuff and trying to get in fights and whatever else tomcats do when they're not, you know, begging for food at the free food house, okay? So today, this little dummy, he comes around at like 11:45 at night, yowling at the door like I'm gonna give him free food in the middle of the night, when dinner time is like midday afternoon. That's when the other cat knows to eat. Are you? Oh man, that'd be cool. That sounds cool. So Ray-Ban, my cat, he came around at 11:45, and I was gonna give him food.
Inventory full.
I brought him in the house. The other cat didn't come around because it's late, and she was out prowling. And I brought him in, and I was gonna give him food, and he's a little orange feral cat with the attitude, and you can't really predict what he's gonna do, and sometimes he's a shithead. And he tried to bite my leg, and I moved my leg so he wouldn't bite it, and I said, "Don't bite me." And then I was going to get his bowl off the shelf to make him a meal, and he fucking swiped my leg. He swiped my leg with his claw and it was like a puncture, like 3 puncture wounds. The little shit. So I kicked him, not hard of course, but just to send a message. And he just backed off and folded his ears back and side-eyed me, and I'm like, yeah, don't fucking claw me, dude. And I said, you're going out of here now. So I opened up the front door, and I grabbed him up under his armpits with both hands, and he's kicking his little back feet trying to get a piece out of me. And I went and I chucked him out on the porch and closed the door. And then I went back a little bit later, and he was kind of like giving me soft meows, like I'm sorry, because he realized he just got left outside with no food because he, you know, acted an idiot, and assuming he has the mental capacity to understand what he did or care, probably not, you know. Um, I'm just gonna take this off and move it. I'm gonna start moving a bunch of stuff and just talk while I do it. And so anyway, long story even longer. Um, let's see, is this even doing anything? Oh, it's doing something. Hey, look, it's made some algae. We can make some food. All right. Well, there you go. So that does work. All it needs is sunshine. Um, so this little shit. My vet. I've been trying to catch him to take him into the vet for like a month. I had an appointment, and then of course he wouldn't turn up on the day of the appointment. And when you get them when they go under anesthetic, they need to have fasted for 8 hours. And that's the other thing. So that means in order to get him in, the vet said, well, just catch him whenever you can and bring him in early in the morning. And so that means I have to catch him at about midnight and then take him in at 8 in the morning. And of course, he's going to be madder than hell. But I caught him last night because he came around at 11:45 and then he pissed me off. I was going to feed him. And then he pissed me off. And I said, well, okay. Well, if you're going to be that way, I'm going to catch your ass and put you in the box and you're going to go get your balls cut off tomorrow. That would really teach him a lesson about clawing me. Little shit ass. I'm trying to see. So it's connected there, and then that connects it to all that. So then if I take these elements off, it's okay. I don't want to disconnect all my whole grid and have it drift away on me. Let's maybe connect our grids at another point, right? Okay, that will connect all of that, and then let's just root it. Oops. Now that should be connected to the rock there. And then I can come in and kind of take off. That was kind of shit. And then it doesn't really need these anymore. So we've got it rooted. Let's just do oops. And then see if we're smart, then we can get rid of a lot of this stuff. Yeah. Lagmeister says he might settle down a little feral cats are kind of jerks, and that's exactly right. He'll chill out a lot with his balls gone, and he'll probably stay a lot closer to home, and he might even become a real sweet guy. He's already pretty sweet. I mean, he'll let me pick him up. He was when he first came around, the first day I met him, he let me pick him up and hold him on my lap as a feral orange cat who's been a free tomcat for probably 2 years. That's pretty good, right? So I think he's got potential. That's why I took him in.
Energy low.
But he's an orange cat, so he's a little bit of a wild man, and if he decides he doesn't like something you've done, he's gonna take a swipe at you. It's like, not around here, you're not. Yeah. Yeah, that seems about right. A lot of them don't want anything to do with you. Uh-oh. Okay, this stuff is all connected. Okay, so let's get our food out of here. Yeah, look, it was creating food. That's not bad.
Inventory full.
Inventory's full. Okay, so we're gonna... There's a way to put... Withdraw components. There's a way to put stuff in also, I think. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Alright, we gotta pull... Okay. Now, we don't need the hydrogen engine at all. We just need to move the small oxygen tank, and we don't need this conveyor because this scaffolding is attached to the frame underneath. So we can pull this guy. And we don't actually need the oxygen tank, although it is probably holding some amount of oxygen. It's fine. We'll just pull it. Fly out here. Drop that. Go ahead and finish disassembling this ship. Really never grew out of it? Yeah, well, we'll see how he turns out. I think he's probably going to calm down quite a bit. And, you know, they may never be indoor cats, my cats. But then again, I mean, cats live a long time. And they may just, you know, grow up. Yeah, he's getting his nuts cut tomorrow, that guy. The hydrogen engine can come all the way off.
Inventory full.
And right now he's sitting out there in a cat carrier on the front porch. But I put a blanket over it, and I went out and talked sweet to him and stuff. Yeah, he'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure. And if he doesn't, then his current mode of operation, there's nothing really wrong with it. He just comes around for a meal, and then he stalks around in our territory and kills rodents and stuff that we don't want here, so it's fine, you know. And I mean, he's gonna be mad when he gets back. Let's see if we can just pull everything. Oh, that's not what I needed. Build planner. I want to just like... I want everything out and into this large container, including my pistol clips. All right. Yeah, but I mean, I feel kind of bad for him. Like my dog Rufus, I never got him fixed. He was 8 or 9 years old when I got him, maybe 10, and he'd been intact his whole life. Uh, you know, and he'd gone ahead and grown out of any bad habits. You know, nothing about his being intact ever bothered me, except that every once in a while he'd catch a whiff of something on the wind, some girl dog, you know, 5 miles away, and he'd want to go. But I walked him on a leash every day anyway, so that never mattered.
Inventory full.
All right, we're getting down to business now. This is starting to get good. We're gonna have a small grid and a large grid. And we need to finish that small grid and get it powered. That's what we need to do. Where did it go? Did it disappear? Did I let it disappear? Oh, I bet I let it disappear. Didn't I? Because it was floating right out here in the middle. Unpowered grids, man, they're really aggressive about deleting unpowered grids on this server. Like it must have like less than a half an hour. So I've already blown a bunch more components. Bulletproof glass and all that stuff I used to build that cockpit.
Inventory full.
There's got to be some good trick for building a small grid and keeping it powered the whole time. Like I was thinking a connector. So if I build a connector, all right, let's try that. Let's do, already got it there, 9. All right, build a connector. I don't know what's on the build planner right now. Let's see. What did I say? It was like shift middle mouse? No, that's production. I keep doing that. All components withdrawn. And just dump them. Okay. Then go over here, add to the build planner. Let's do it on the other side actually, because we flighted this side a bunch. So let's put the connector over here. Right.
Energy low.
Okay, and then we build a small connector, right? Switch a grid size, and then we get it down here close to it, and then rotate it. To be near it, right? Okay. Need steel plate, of course I do. Why doesn't that connect? Why doesn't that actually show me? Why doesn't that actually show me the inventory? Large industrial cargo container 1. Connector 2.
Energy critical.
Why would that not show me the cargo inside where it's attached? You know what I mean? Doesn't make a lot of sense. Because you should be able to access all the inventory of the ship if they're connected. I should be able to get... Yeah, oh, that's why. Okay. Okay. Alright. Oopsie. Okay, so if we actually... Now we can see all the connected cargo containers. Alright, so we can actually move stuff between. This is where it's going to get a lot better. Could move the silicon and we could move that stuff if we needed to. Could move stuff out of our O2 generator because it's... That actually shouldn't be able to move because it's not connected by conveyors. This stuff shouldn't be able to move either. But anything that's connected by conveyors, you can move between windows like that. Okay. So then the point of doing that was to take some steel and then we're going to build a small connector and we're going to rotate it. And we're going to put it close enough to connect, and then we're going to build it by putting it in the build planner and then middle mousing and we're going to build it. And then we're going to see if we can get it to connect. Because if it will connect, if we can get it to connect through the control panel, is it on? It's on and it's powered. Right? And see, I think I can have it lock. Toggle block. Uh-oh, why am I dying? Radiation. In the sunlight. So I think that will work as a vehicle to build our small grid because it's powered. As indicated by the yellow lights and the fact that it doesn't. See how it's suckered on there? It should have a lock button. Auto unlock time. Yeah, lock. Boom. There we go. Now we got a small grid locked onto our big grid. Okay. The only problem is it's out there in the sunlight. And we're going to cook. Okay, so then now we build our large cargo container. And we put it on here. attached to like that. An interior plate, because of course you do. But I should be able to pull some interior plates, some construction components. And then I want to rotate this. Like that. Because I want it to be on the left side. And then that doesn't look very well lined up, does it? Yeah, it was off center. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Then put a cockpit on there. And we roll this one. We want it like that, I think. Because I like the connector on the left side, generally. And then pull the components. Now it's starting to get easier. Okay. And then if we pull our oxygen guy,
Inventory full.
inventory full, and then we do O2 generator, large size. Though we could do it small sized. Could do a small one. And just slap it on the back of this. Right. And does it have... It's kind of a dead end. But we've got two tubes on the bottom. Oh, what about that? Hang on a second. Let's look at it. Oh, wrong mouse. So it's got a large. Yeah, it's got two smalls. Look, it matches the bottom of that. So like that. Oh, it clamps right on the back. Oh, you could clamp it to the bottom though. That's even better, isn't it? All right. So like that. That with in line. Or side to side. Let's try it in line, and we'll see if there's a reason not to do it. Alright, draw components.
Energy low.
right? And then can we not? Oh, those are not inventory ports. They look like inventory ports, but they're not. But I should be able to reach the inventory of the O2 generator and put the ice in it, and then it comes on, and then put the... Can I not put the bottles in it? Guess not. Doesn't hold bottles. But this should refill my oxygen and hydrogen when I get in the cockpit of the small ship, right? And it'll refill my energy off the grid. So we've made an advancement. But I could have done this in the first 5 minutes of play tonight, but I didn't think about it until... This is just how it is. I just have to get used to playing again. Okay, and then we want to slap some thrusters on this thing. So we'll do some ion thrusters. Put a small... No, it's a large. Put small ion thrusters. And then my typical way to do them is I do them like there, 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 and there, and that covers all 4 directions. And then I put one out that way, and then I put one like that. Okay, and then we're gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the build planner. And then we ought to be able to pull them off of that. Oh, except you know what? I think we need to put a battery on it. So let's actually slap a battery on there. Five minutes? 5 minutes what? Oh yeah, I could have. Yeah, if I'd been thinking about it. Because none of this stuff is locked behind progression. So all of these components that I've been putting on here for the last little while to make this small grid, they've all been available to me from the beginning, and I had these 2 whole ships to draw parts off of. But I hemmed and hawed and fucked around. You know what I mean? And I flew out and died. I did all kinds of dumb stuff, but I could have already had this thing put together if I'd been thinking about it, right? Because this is like, it's only gated by your knowledge of what to build and how to solve the problems in a better way. So all that time I spent flying back and forth and doing all this stuff, I could have built this little ship. I'm going to put a grinder on it. Watch. Put a grinder on this fucker. I think I usually put the grinder in the middle. Like that. I should actually deposit all that stuff in my oxygen tank. Those don't fill up. Interesting to note. Right, and then I'm going to put a conveyor tube, a curved conveyor tube, and we're going to face it that way. Need an interior plate. Okay, no problem. Oh, I didn't line it up though. I'd remembered how to use the build planner, you know, but I just had to get all my, like, remember how to do everything. And we're going to put a welder on this sucker. Oh, you need a steel plate. Is that lined up right? Looks like it. Think so? Yeah. Look at that. See, so now this little ship is going to be able to grind apart these ships, connect to the big ships and transfer cargo, and it'll be able to pull and weld pieces. And this inventory is 15,000, while mine is 1,200, so it won't be as much back and forth. Okay, so now it just needs a ship battery so that it can power itself. And that's normally a problem because you normally have to make like steel plates again. You should always keep like 10 steel plates, 10 interior plates, and some construction components, but it's fine when you're gridding out. Okay. Boom. Boom. I actually had power cells on board. I need another computer. Because I actually got power cells. Normally you have to like melt a bunch of bulletproof glass and find some nickel and stuff in order to make power components. Why am I dying? Food? I may just have to die.
Low health.
I think it's food that's killing me.
Your health is critical.
Yeah,
Your
this game has
health
been very
is low.
successful. And they used, I mean, they created their own assets, but they're obviously nothing to write home about.
Energy low.
They created their own voxel engine, but that was, I mean, it's like 15 years old. And most of their physics are based off of Havoc. It's the same physics from Dark Souls. So they just bought a license to the Havoc engine. Okay, let's see. We need to... Let me finish this small grid. Okay, that battery is probably charging off of the other batteries, and that body doesn't have anything in it. And I wonder if I can make it disappear. Not really. Got 3 days of power. Does everything but feed us. We're gonna put thrusters on it. Steel plates, of course, I need steel plates. I need to put these rotation buttons on my mouse too. Now we're cooking. So you'll see the difference if you, yeah, you should. Lots of cool games are made in Unity. The Getting Over It game, that rage bait game with the guy with the sledgehammer that climbs the world, that's Unity, I'm pretty sure. All those kind of games are Unity. Godot is, I think, is really good too. I think Godot is easy to use now too. Godot. Why don't we have power to the thrusters? We got power to one thruster. Don't seem to have power to the other thrusters. Oh, that's right. So then you do... Hey, yeah, look. Oh, it needs a gyroscope. We got 3 hours of battery. And then we go on G and we do connector and we do... is it not lock toggle? So just lock. I guess there's... That's probably enough, because if I turn it off and turn it on and then lock it. Okay, that's good. Okay. And then we need a gyroscope. So you'll see the difference if I play this again after the server lock. Look at that. Not sure what that's doing. But what I should do is also... So I should have control of the grinder. I guess I can do them that way. I thought... Yeah, that works. I thought you could hold down the mouse button for them. Okay, so then we just turn our connector on, get up close, get close enough for it to engage, lock it into place. Then we can go to inventory and we can pull from large cargo container 2, which this should be our small one, 15,000. And then we can do from large cargo container here, the industrial cargo container. And we can pull like all of this crap. Now that's going to fill it up too much. So actually, let's empty it and then we'll unlock. No, we'll turn it off and we'll pick it up. And see, now I think we're safe from radiation too. I don't think we take radiation inside the cockpit. Right? So now the only thing left that's killing us is food. Oh shit. Okay. Gotta not use W. Okay. Alright, so now we fly back down in here. We really need to charge our battery up, but we've got about an hour of thrust, so that's fine. So then we're going to get in here and we're going to turn on our grinder. Hello there, buddy. I wish I could turn that grinder on with with my mouse button. I gotta figure out how to do that. But see, doing that with my spacesuit, I was having to go like back and forth on each block. How do I? A second. Space engineers, how do I use a small block grinder with my mouse button? Oh, okay, so this is what does it. If you do that, then that sort of equips it, and you can grind a single block. That's what it says anyway, but that doesn't actually work. That puts it on my mouse. That's better. All right. See, now we're in business. Now I don't want to grind these batteries. So I actually probably do want to do this by hand. That's completely empty. I want to pull some steel. I'm going to go ahead and do like... No. Let's do the top. I've got a special plan for these batteries. Do I not have more steel plates? Now that those are connected to the rest of my powered grid, I can go ahead and pull this out from under it. I can pull this guy out. Okay, and now I need to move this survival kit. I'm gonna move this guy. Put everything up here. I think we're gonna ditch this refiner idea for a while too. And then we don't need quite so much scaffolding. So we can pull like all of this. Right, and then that's just like our batteries. And that's just the rest of this is basically just our spawn point. So we got to be real careful. I'm gonna put spawn point, which is, we don't have medical rooms, but we can do, what is it called? Survival station? Survival kit. Okay. Pull that guy loose, and we're gonna put it like over here, just like, we got two. Let's just attach it to the front of this, not a big deal. We just don't want to die while it's unbuilt. Because then we would spawn who knows where. Somewhere across the map, 1,000,000 kilometers from here. And we'd be able to see our waypoint right there. And it'd take 66 hours to get back, you know. Alright, so... But that's good, we can spawn off of that now. It's feeding... this grid is powered. This grid is powered. We don't need the merge blocks there anymore. In fact, we want to pull those probably. Just like connect this and then pull these out. Then we can actually connect probably just route this guy into the rocks right there. So I think that's connected. It may not be. We may need to connect it right there. That. Nothing really wrong with keeping that attached right there. Although it's cleaner to connect it like this. Like that. And then we can pull this down. And then be careful that we don't detach our batteries though. Right. And then this stuff off. So now, all that's left of our original ship is this little thing right here. And then this whole thing can come apart now and just consolidate down into these 3 large cargo containers. And we've got this grinder welder ship that is made for the purpose of pulling things apart like that. So then we're just going to do it. These little ion engines are not very strong. So the heavier the single cargo gets, the more it's going to take to kind of move it around, and the more it'll kind of drift. But it's okay. I also really don't know what the structural integrity of this thing is. So I'm just going to start from the back end, and if something comes loose and starts floating, then we'll just figure it out. Check your inventory too. Be sure your ship inventory. Oh, it's very close to full. Okay, that's fine though, because that's 15,000. So then we're gonna fly our little ship down to the other end. Like I said, it's very slow right now because it only has the one thruster. I could probably upgrade that to a larger thruster, but I don't really care. I can play slow game. Okay, and then I want to go down here. Oopsie. I keep doing that. I keep trying to use W for forward because you guys have got me trained to use WASD. Oops. I'm gonna break my ship. That sucker to dock. Come on. Man, that's... There it goes, finally. It's gonna blow up. Okay. And then we can go inventory. And just go... Oh, the connector was filling up too. Okay, so then just drag stuff. Great. Now my... Oh, the cockpit had stuff in it too. Filling up all the orifices. Okay, turn that off. And now it moves fast again. Boy, I'm losing so much rep with this mining faction. Now this ship has batteries on it too. I just exposed them. So I might ought to go in by hand here soon too. Let's do that for a minute. Let's just park this guy. Because I don't want to damage those batteries. They've got power in them. And if you take them apart, you can't just put them back together because the power cells turned into scrap. And I've got enough of what I need, I think, to make more batteries. But in the beginning of the game, it's easier just to carve around the batteries and then merge them onto a grid. And then once you've got enough of everything, you can build uranium reactors and you don't really need batteries anymore. Unless you want them,
Inventory full.
which is fine. So now we're back to doing it by hand, but the reason is that these batteries turned up. And I don't want to... Also don't know the precise construction of this ship, but it's going to be a lot nicer for pulling apart something like this
Inventory full.
to do it with the oh, I didn't really want to load the connector. Let's see. I want to pull these batteries off.
Inventory full.
This definitely ain't no weenie hut game though.
full.
It's not the most entertaining game, but it's not weenie hut in terms of the patience it takes. And if you start to look into what you can actually do in the game with all the parts, it's pretty hilarious. There's tons of really cool stuff you can do. And they're working on a sequel. Sequel's coming out. It's already in alpha or whatever, and it's pretty good. The PvP in this is really good. It's just that you actually have to build the PvP ships. They're insane. You know, giant railguns, mass drivers and stuff. Insane PvP weapons. But you have to actually get to a point to build them. And on a public server like this, the amount of units you can build is limited as well. All right, I heard a signal source pop. Unknown signal, 414 kilometers. I don't think it's worth. It's probably just another one of those little crates.
Inventory full. Energy low.
I should just pull that off with the ship. Ah, I keep hitting W. I think W was always my rotate, and E was my interact. Yeah. Well, now I did it again. Oh, it didn't stick. It's one of those. Yeah, roll right E. Oh no. Yes. Systems interaction. Interact E. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think that's gonna work better because I keep, as long as I get the muscle memory back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bunch of stuff went floating free.
Inventory full.
Oh man.
Inventory full.
Okay. There's no problem, man. I was the most entertaining tonight. It's kind of a boring game.
Inventory full.
It'll get better. I mean, you know, there's gonna be a server wipe. Where did those items go? It's going to be a server wipe, so I'm going to have to do it again. But it'll be an interesting comparison when I play this again. I think I got to switch that back. Because it'll go so much faster next time. Oh, the sun's coming up. What time is it? 6:22. So I got about an hour, and then I'll take that cat in and be there when they open. Let's just leave that. Leave it the way it was on default. Didn't go. So annoying. This is the stuff you have to get right when you do a game. If you don't click OK, it doesn't keep your settings changes. It's ridiculous. If you changed them, they should stay. Or it should have a confirmation that says changes have not been saved. Do you want to continue or do you want to abandon them? You know, that's what people do. Anyways, have a good sleep, man. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun. It's always fun. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on. I'll play something else tomorrow. Probably either. I want to get back to Grounded because I really enjoy it, but I'm also playing it off stream with my friend, and I don't want to get too far ahead of where we are on that because I don't want to spoil it if she watches the stream and feel like we're just rerunning everything I've already done. So I might set Grounded down for a little while. I might pick up Dark Souls 2, I'm thinking. Or I might try to run some older games. I've always been a part of the dark side. But I've also rejoined the dark side. Uh-oh. What am I dying from? Food again? Why won't they go?
Health low. Your health is critical.
I'm gonna die because I'm not making any food. Yeah, I was really enjoying it. I played it for a few minutes, like for maybe half an hour. And I was really enjoying it. I started as a cleric, which I love, because you get a little bit of a heal. And in addition to your Estus, and your Estus starts out really low in that game. You start out with 1 non-upgraded Estus. But you get those life gems. So I wasn't using my life gems. I was just using my heal and my Estus. And you start with a mace, which is very good. You need to invest in a strength in order to be able to one-hand it. And you don't start with a shield. But after I got a shield that could block 75% and could one-hand my mace and two-hand it, I was doing really good, and I joined that Covenant of Champions, so I had it on hard mode. And I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna join Covenant of Champions when I play. You can get a cool ring from it if you build up 30 Awe or 50 Awe stones. You get a good ring. Not to mention everything continues to respawn, so you can farm a little bit more and level up. So I'm gonna start with that. Probably cleric and bash stuff with the mace, and I'll probably just upgrade the mace and keep playing that. I'll probably go kind of faith, do like I normally like to do is like hit points and equip load and stamina, level that stuff up, and keep my damage on my weapon kind of just at the minimum to two-hand it or to one-hand it, and then build up my defensive stats, and then add probably some spell casting, some faith, add faith, so that my heals get better, and get my agility up to like 96, like you've got, would be enough. Okay, let's see. Large cargo container, but we want large industrial, and then just want to like dump everything. It doesn't seem to be making any sense. Is it full? It's not full. It's not anywhere near full. There we go. It's actually pretty good. We can pull all this junk out of there too. Now this is all just building components now. Scrap metal is a resource too. So we kind of got resources over here, and we got building components over there. Why is that not going? Large cargo container 2 should be connected by a connector. Oh, because it was already, it just, I guess the UI didn't update it. Okay. Okay. So we can unlock. Now we're free to go. So we're gonna have to build a large grid ship over here again too. That's basically just engines in a like a tugboat. All right. Thanks, Lag. Thanks for hanging, man. I really enjoyed it. I appreciate you being here for both the Space Engineer streams. I know it's not the most exciting, but get your rest and have a great night. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right, man. Feel better. Feel better every day. I'm gonna take this cat and get his balls cut off, and then I'm gonna come home and take a nap. I'm probably gonna leave in about an hour. He needs it real bad. It'll save his life because he keeps coming back with little scars and cuts from fighting. And that'll tame him down a lot and keep him close to home. So it's for the best. But yeah, have a great night, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, see you later, man. Thanks for everything. I'll see you again tomorrow. Let's see, cut this stuff off. What? This mining faction does not like me. I want to see where my faction rip is. Minus. Oh no, that's. Unknown. Star Excavator, Scared Industry. Galactic Tactical. Doesn't really say. STMG, Star Miners Guild. I'm at minus 1364 with them. Space Pirates is climbing though. Eventually they'll like me if I keep raiding enough ships. Thanks, man. I appreciate everything, man. Have a great night. Probably just gonna be a quiet stream for the rest of the night. Just gonna pull these off. Pull these pieces by hand so I don't damage this battery, and then we'll probably start to work on see, all the rest of this stuff can come off. What is that? Open terminal. Oh, that's got to be the parachute hatch. Inventory of temporary container.
Inventory full.
All right.
Inventory full.
I mean, it's kind of a cool control scene. Oh, I can build it. Cool. That's dope.
Inventory full.
So the reason I'm doing this by hand, if anybody's watching this long replay, is so that I don't destroy these batteries. And I almost did just there. Okay. So I want to trim all the fat off of these. And I want to leave these batteries attached like to a grid. So I kind of want to just like pull those steel plates real quick, and then I want to attach these batteries. Like my other batteries to the grid, and then I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do after that's accomplished. I'm gonna build basically a tugboat. Is basically just a large grid ship like these. That's just bare minimum, and all it's gonna be is just a set of engines, a gyroscope. I'm going to build it off of one of these batteries. Probably off of those batteries on the other grid down there.
Energy low.
And then that's going to allow me see, now they're saved. Now I can just trim right around them. And then once I've trimmed all the way around them, I'll bring my ship back in and start chewing up stuff like this radio antenna. These antenna parts are huge. Radio comm components are very big and heavy. And they're very tedious to try to get rid of by hand.
Inventory full.
Alright, let's see.
Energy critical.
Gotta go sit in the cockpit. You can actually put a survival kit on one of these too and then just spawn off of your small ship, I'm pretty sure. Get my energy back and we'll look at that and see if we can do. I don't have any medical components though, so we're just gonna wait.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Inventory full again. That's getting full too. Pretty close. It's looking pretty good though. It's getting pretty trimmed up.
Inventory full.
Pulling a lot of junk out of there. Alright, we're gonna fly that back to the other end. Let's look also if we can get like a small survival kit. It's got a plus on it, which leads me to believe that you can build a small sized. Looks the same though. Doesn't really fit, does it? Yeah, look, it's a smaller sized. Needs steel plate, so you could build it on there. So you could build a survival stack on a small ship. And run it just like I'm running this, with grinders in the front. Maybe with a different cockpit, like with a rover cockpit. What does that look like? Oh, that's just a seat. That's a small grid seat. But you could build that inside, maybe? Inside like a... I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to build. Alright. I'd be kind of careful not to torch my... because these scaffold pieces I've built don't have very much integrity. And my ion jet wash will burn them. Oh, drifted. Too heavy. I kind of need more braking thrusters. I should build a algae farm. right out here in the sun. Stick that sucker right there. Steel plate. Surely that's gonna pick up and make some algae. And then we need a food processor. Like, I just slap that sucker like back here somewhere. Good enough. Automatic push pull on, so it ought to be working. Okay, and it needs 4 algae. There's only 2 available. But this is working full steam. The algae farm. "91%, 68%, next output in a minute." We're gonna start to have food. Looking good. Turn it off. Flip it around. Going back over here. Okay, and actually we're gonna have to do this by hand anyway because I don't want to damage these cargo containers also. I'm trying to be real precious with this little set right here. And these little sets right here, this is all mine. I've got a little bit left that doesn't belong to me. The one thing I want to grind with this is that antenna. Get above it. So I'm gonna pull that antenna and not damage my cargo container. That's the other reason. If it comes loose from the grid, it starts to fly around. Because the grinder has like a lot of push. I got a lot of hours in this game actually. That I've enjoyed this game for a long time. I've been with it since it started, you know, probably 2011. These armor plates are cool addition. Instead of blocks.
Inventory full.
Might ought to take a break to log out. Drop the stream.
Inventory full.
Inventory full? I thought I just dropped everything. Guess it didn't. Thought I saw something floating in the air right there. Careful. Careful. Don't want to separate everything. Okay. Yeah, we're good. These are our last two pieces.
Inventory full.
So last two pieces, and then that's it. All right, now we're in business. Why don't we see if we can get some food out of this sucker? 3 algaes. Control panel, the next algae farm. Its efficiency 0 because it's not in the sun anymore. Or what's the deal? Did it blow out all my ice? Does it need ice? Did it blow out all the ice in my, No, I've got ice in my thing. Probably because it's not connected. No, it is connected. Efficiency 0. Probably because the sun's behind that rock. From where this is standing, the sun is like not visible. It's fine. We'll fly it out there here in a minute. I got one more piece. Alright, so unless there's anything loose floating around, we're done. We got a food processor, which we can move. We've got a spawn point and an algae farm, which we can move. We've got a connector, which we can move. We've got a lot of cargo space left. So now what we need to do is we need to trim off one of these batteries. Probably just build off of it. Right, like right side up. And then we'll do thrusters. Do ion thruster set. Right, like we normally do. Boom. I need to put that on my mouse. Like, it's all 6 of those. Let me do that real quick. We're gonna assign them back here on the back end of my 12-button mouse. It's gonna be insert. Delete. Oh, that's not how it really goes. That should be delete. That one should be insert. That one should be end. It should be page down. This should be page up. And that ought to be home. And now back to the game and much better. It's on my mouse, it's way better. We should again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the build planner. And then what I usually do is I put the backwards thruster on the side out here. And I usually do 2 of them vertical.
Energy low.
Like that. And that's not in the rocks, so that's golden. I need to charge my suit. I think the way we do this just fly down like this and get close enough. Oh, I'm gonna die from food.
Health low.
Dump your stuff. I'm just gonna die.
Your health is critical.
Oh no! That's bad news, boys. Our respawn box wasn't, our respawn box is not placed properly or something. We're fucked. we're absolutely fucked. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Oh, I keep saying that. $48,000. Doesn't really matter because it's all gonna get wiped tomorrow. 1500 GMT on the 30th. Which is 3 p.m. in the UK. Which is like 9 a.m. in the US. This is exactly what I was talking about. Something fucked up with our respawn, and now we're fucked. We're 48,000 kilometers. You can see it ticking down a 0.1. You might as well effectively start over, right? Because it's gonna be like 60 hours, right? 48,000. You know, unless the guy logs on that I spawned on last time and he has a permanent base there and didn't move. Sick as it's ticking down like a tenth of a kilometer per second, which is 100 meters a second, right? So that means it's a kilometer every 10 seconds. So then we've got 48,000, give or take, no hundreds. So 48,000 times 10 seconds, 480,000 seconds divided by 60. It's 8,000 minutes divided by 60, 133 hours to make that flight. So there's just no way we're essentially starting over until we get a jump drive. Meanwhile, I mean, our grids will stay powered. And I believe owned by us. I think. doesn't show our other grids. One welder, one grinder. Yeah, here we go. Static grids. Static grid 210. Oh man, that sucks. I mean, we might as well start over. You know what I mean? Well, let's just fly to a rock, take a break, eat some soup, eat a little bowl of soup. We'll, yeah, that's rough. Try to respawn a bunch of times until we see if we can get closer, but without having that person that we spawned on yesterday, I don't see how we can do it. It's not lost. The grids are still there and they've got something like 3 days worth of power. The small grid might have a lot less power. It might only have a few hours. We're just gonna mount this sucker to a rock and paint it green, paint it gray. Then we're gonna strip it down. Try to build a jump taxi. That could be gold right there. If that's gold, and not nickel, it's nickel. Well, nickel's good. We need to find gold. So this is going to be a much more conventional start.
Inventory full.
Okay. Okay, permanent grid, right? Really quick. The next thing we can do is we try to build like a large like a large. Okay, let's grab. Let's grab those and some interior plates. I don't have any interior plates, but I can pull some off of. Oxygen's low. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, bro. Alright, we're good, man. We're good. This is fine. This is all fine. This is fine. Alright, so what we really want to do is we want a large cargo container. Because why really build anything else? There's no medium for a large grid, and we need a large grid. We can build. I'm going to strip some more of this stuff. Okay, we'll use the small one for a minute. Well, really the answer is a series of small cargo containers. Because with the cargo settings the way they are, it's only 15K. Still, it's a much lower investment, you know? Just strip our batteries. Pull oxygen, we can't pull hydrogen for some reason. Yeah, we can. Why wouldn't it work before? Maybe because I destroyed the conveyors? I'll pull all the trim of everything. I think I destroyed a light that was underneath there. It doesn't really matter. Let's just do it. Let's just shit can this whole thing. You know.
Inventory full.
Probably because I blew that up. Which is fine. Alright. So... we could probably... Yeah, this is just a precaution. Oh, did I just disconnect everything? No, it's still connected through all those conveyors. I just have to be very careful.
Energy low.
So I should actually probably build a food processor. Right? 6. No, 9. Put that. It doesn't really matter. It just could be like kind of daisy chains, right? That button's not correct. That's correct, and then okay, and then why is that not correct? That would be page down. Page down, page up. Why isn't it working? Does it work on here? Why doesn't it work on there? That's the same button that doesn't work on grounded. I wonder if that button just doesn't work on this mouse. Sucks. So what I'm trying to just determine, the side before it doesn't have a block attachment, so it has to be stupid. Because my OCD wants it to be attached on that side, but it can't be. It can be attached on that side. 461 other components. Okay, how do I clear the build planner? Short of 10 bulletproof glasses because I'm full. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna build a. Algae farm. Stick that fucker right here. Of course, I need steel plates. I'm gonna try to get ahead of this time, right? And hopefully the sun's not going behind that rock. And if it is, then whatever, we'll just starve again. Okay, so we really don't need all that. We don't need any of this. It's just connecting our oxygen supply. So we could really probably just pull our ice and drop it in there, and then we have to be careful because we actually need a block right there. And then, because we don't want to depower our grid, I'm going to pull. I thought we pulled our ice out. Oh, it automatically pulled it back. That's what happened. But that's fine. It doesn't matter. Because we want to build. Yeah, the sun went behind the thing, I think. We want to build a. Yeah, I heard it Something popped. Oh, it was one of those. Okay. I'm gonna build an O2. Build an O2 gen, and then just slap that sucker. Probably just drop it. We'll just drop it like that. Got everything in my backpack still, so we're just gonna move it. And then throw the ice back in it. Sun is going behind the rock. Great. I could have turned this. Oh wow, okay, hang on. Should I go for it? My exposure's already at 50. Maybe I shouldn't bother trying to capture another ship and just do what I said. Do a conventional start. Find some gold. Like rebuild my grid like this, where I've got the food system. Here, let's get some steel sheets. I'm gonna turn this food replicator because okay to open the algae farm. You know, you can inventory the food processor from the control panel. So yeah, so we need to drop like some grid insurance right there, and then drop them right there on the algae farm, and then I can pull this guy and spin it. And then we're gonna put it back. Okay, I want it like that. And then I want to be sure I think it works like that. I wanted it like that, but it doesn't actually work. It needs to be really over here where that conveyor is, which that would be fine. No, it doesn't work like that. Look. It has to connect to the bottom. It's like the three sides. It connects to the back of it. The side to side doesn't work, which is stupid.
Energy low.
It connects to the top and the bottom. And the back. So the best way to do it to connect like the stupid oxygen thing is the exact way I just had it and destroyed it. It was dumb. So that attaches, no, because that attaches It just the algae farm doesn't. But yeah, it does. No, like that, because that attaches to the oxygen. That attaches to the survival kit and to the oxygen, but not to the algae farm. But I could put the algae farm. No, not to the oxygen right there. But I can move the oxygen generator. This is done. So now that connects top and bottom. It connects
Energy critical.
So if I go here, I could reach into the survival kit. Although there's nothing I could actually put in there. Energy's critical and I'm gonna die.
Energy low. Energy low.
Why am I not pulling?
Energy
pulled energy.
low.
But not oxygen or hydrogen. Because I need to pull that. That doesn't connect to the top. It only connects, I think, side to side, which means all of this is trash anyway. And we're connected to the grid right there in the front, so I can pull this off. Just put everything away. Two plates. It's fine.
Inventory full.
This is bad. This is all bad.
Inventory full.
Hey, we're doing alright though. We're getting the hang of this. We're getting our legs, space legs back. Okay. Take those. And then we're going to build our O2 generator again. Alright. And then, since that doesn't stack, we'll just make a tube. Right? And we'll be sure that it has a panel. Be sure that it has a panel. Right? Okay, so now we've got a survival stack, right? It grows algae, it processes food, it respawns us, and if we get the ice back in to the oxygen generator, then it refills our tanks. And we can access the inventory of the food processor, the algae farm, the oxygen generator, but not the small cargo container, right? But we've got essentially a the ship's only 14k out. It's a lot more parts. Let's put our parts away. Let's set a GPS from current. Stand number 2. And let's go see what's at this ship. Worst case scenario, it's armed and it kills us. Best case scenario, we fly it back and we grind it down. 7:41. I should be going. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Can't do. I would love to keep playing, but I got a cat that's been sitting in a cage outside, poor guy, for 7 hours because he has to be fasted for surgery. So I want to get him down there right at 8 hours so that by the time they get to him, he's not, he's gonna be hungry and thirsty, It's not great, but I want him to be able to get his surgery and then be able to eat. So we're going to log off right here. We're going to call it right here. This is a pretty good survival stack, and we accomplished it in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This is a powered thruster stack right here. Basically, we need to strip the rest of it down and rearrange the thrusters. This cargo that comes with the respawn pod can be bugged, so you don't really want to use it long term. You want to move out of it. So what we'll do is we'll end up moving that cargo and constructing probably a cargo stack on the back side of this, branching off of this guy, and just build like 4 or 5 small cargos in a line right there. Maybe we'll move the algae out. We'll figure out what we're going to do. But I think we're going to rebuild this ship. And we're going to rebuild it into a drill ship with a refinery. And then we're going to seek out and survival. And then we're going to seek out some gold and see if we can build a jump drive. Because a jump drive, if we take a look at the recipe, it needs 1,000 superconductors, and that's all gold. The detector components and gravity components are also going to be troublesome, but it's mostly like nickel cobalt, and detector components might need platinum or something. I can't remember, but this is a fair amount of work. It's a lot of scouting to find everything you need, but we can do that. we'll get this built into a ship. Maybe with a solar panel, so we can keep those batteries charged. And then we'll survive off of our algae, or space seaweed, space weed. All right, I gotta take this cat to the vet. I'll probably jump back on and do another stream pretty soon, either when I get back if I'm not tired, or maybe late this afternoon, or this evening. So thanks for watching. I had a great time. I hope you enjoyed it. This is not the most entertaining game, but I think in the end it turns out to be entertaining. Just because it's a hard game. It's a hard game, and it rewards knowledge and skill. You know, I think that's where it's at. So have a great night. Have a good morning. And I'll see you tomorrow.